Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Off to Ireland today, where Arsenal are going to be taking on Chelsea tomorrow at the Aviva Stadium. Really looking forward to that. Arsenal got a massive fan base over there in Ireland, and it should be an incredible experience. Love these tour games. Really gives you a chance to meet up with fans from all over the world, and it's going to be great in Ireland. Really good yesterday to see our new signing, Lucas Torreira. Actually, our two new signings, Lucas Torreira and Stefan Lichtsteiner, training together at London Coney, getting themselves up to speed. They're going to be a way off because they were both playing in the World Cup and they've only just come into pre-season. But two players that could be very important for Arsenal this season. Torreira, as I said, the player that we're hoping is going to solve that remaining problem that we've had in the midfield area, where we've just not had that defensive shield in front of the back four. And Lichtsteiner, a guy that hopefully will bring a lot of experience to the team and will give Hector Bellerin lots of competition. Bellerin will know if he slips up, he could be out of the team, and this is what we want, a guy that's going to come in vastly experienced, who's going to also offer a lot of competition in those places. So two good signings, but who else is going to be coming in? Now, the big story going around today is all about this proposed swap deal, which involves Ousmane Dembele and Aaron Ramsey. Now, I think it started from the Sun newspaper, or it's been in various different publications going around, that Barcelona are saying to Arsenal, listen, if you want Ousmane Dembele, well, you know what? We want Aaron Ramsey as part of that deal. And there were these rumours last season that Barcelona were preparing a £50 million bid at the time for Aaron Ramsey. They were really interested in him. Remember, he had those great Euros where he played brilliantly there, and his stock really went up. And there was those rumours at the time that Barcelona wanted him. Of course, the rumours have been flying around now for weeks that Arsenal would like to take Ousmane Dembele. Dembele, who, as I've discussed numerous times on the show, not the happiest of people at the moment at Barcelona, especially now that they brought in Malcolm. He had limited playing time as it was last season, partly due to injury, partly due to the fact that when he came back, he wasn't at his blistering best. And Dembele might be up for a move, especially when listening to being head of recruitment at Arsenal, the guy who brought him into Borussia Dortmund, and of course he's got loads of friends at the club now in Socrates and Aubameyang, etc. So could this actually be something that could happen? I mean, for me, I look at the story, there doesn't seem to be any basis to it whatsoever, apart from a good journalist saying to himself, I can create a story out of this by putting two and two together and creating something. But I wanted to ask you guys a question. If this was the case and Barcelona were saying, you know what, yeah, you can have Dembele, but we want Ramsey plus money, would you be up for that? Would you take that? Would you say yes to that deal, or would you say, no, sorry, we're keeping Aaron Ramsey. We want Aaron Ramsey to stay at the club. Remember, he's been muted as the new captain of the club. So yes or no, would you be up for a swap deal, or no, you want to keep Aaron Ramsey at the club, and any deal for Dembele has to be a deal where we just go straight for him and keep Aaron Ramsey? I know my thoughts on it, but I'm not going to influence the vote. So you guys getting voting on it, I'll kind of tell you what my thoughts are on it tomorrow. Arsenal also linked today with another defensive midfielder, talking of Lucas Torreira, and that's Jean-Philippe Gababin, right? Difficult to pronounce as usual. He plays for Mainz over there in Germany in the Bundesliga. He's an Ivory Coast international, 22 years of age, so still very young. And as I said, his sort of preferred position, sort of a defensive midfielder or deep line midfielder. Now, there are claims in Bill today that Mainz turned down a £31 million bid from a Premier League club. And a lot of the speculation is that it was from Arsenal, because Arsenal have been a club that have been interested in this guy for a little while. But Mainz turned down that deal, and Mainz have apparently said, listen, he's not for sale. We don't want to sell him. He's part of our plans for the season going forward. and he wasn't sold. £31 million. That seems like a lot of money. I don't think that was Arsenal. No way. Especially with the whole thing that we just bought Torreira. I just can't say. And Torreira, what, £26 million? Why would Arsenal then bid £31 million for a guy who plays in a similar position? I just don't see it. That mystery Premier League club of being Arsenal. Weren't us. But that's what a lot of the speculation is saying. This guy's a decent player, but why would Arsenal... I don't know. Yes, we've been linked with Nzonzi and that, but I can see the Nzonzi thing more as because he's a player that has played in the past for Unai Emery, has got the experience. Another young sort of defensive midfielder, I just can't see it. Deep line player. We've got Torreira, we've got Guendouzi now, who's looking a player. Not for me, I don't see this one. And mine's saying they won't sell him, although, you know, mine's is not exactly a massive club that would be able to turn down big bids for players. So let's see how that one develops out. But I don't think that mystery club is Arsenal, but it's been touted today that it could be. Talking of Steven Nzonzi, yesterday I was talking about the fact that he could be moving to Roma. Roma are strong favourites to sign him because they've willing to let Maxime Gonalons go to Crystal Palace, who's a sort of a defensive midfielder, and their plan is to bring in Steven Nzonzi to replace him, direct replacement in that position. However, the Sevilla sporting director, he came out today and he said that, listen, he's had no contact with Roma and Roma's representatives whatsoever about Steven Nzonzi. He doesn't know where these stories are coming from. So that's the situation at the moment, which means that if Arsenal do want to sign Nzonzi, he's still available. It's still open for Arsenal to make a move. But again, who knows? This is going to be one of those that we won't find out what happens until right near the transfer window. When the transfer window is due to shut, that's when we'll find out. Matt Macey, really talented goalkeeper, played a few times for Arsenal last year, mainly like in the League Cup, but really talented goalkeeper for Arsenal. Well, he's gone out on loan, the 23-year-old, out on loan to Plymouth Argyle. He's definitely a keeper for the future, still very young. Of course, there's a lot of keepers at Arsenal now, you know what I mean? They've obviously bought in Bernd Leno, there's Petr Cech. There's David Ospina, who's probably going to move on. It's a lot. We even got linked to a goalkeeper a couple of days ago from Gillingham. So lots of goalkeepers there. Matt Macey's gone out on loan. That means that probably at Arsenal, they still probably like Matt Macey, still probably thinking that he is one for the future. But at this moment in time, best to send him out on loan so he can get playing time and experience. Now, really interesting today that I saw... there was like a poll, a survey done, a survey done, and it said that Arsenal gives the most chances to youth players and players that come through their system more than any other team in the Premier League. So I think that's something that Arsenal can be really proud of. I mean, last season, of course, there's guys like Alex Iwobi, Bellerin, who's, of course, has come through their academy. Maitland-Niles, all these guys come through the system and getting game time at Arsenal. Even guys like Reece Nelson, they didn't get loads of time, but they got time. At least there's like seeming to be a pathway for those youngsters to get through to the first team, and long may that continue. That's one of the things that Unai Emery in his remit, they've said to him, bring through young players. And, you know, with Smith Rowe, what we've been seeing recently, he looks like he could be another one that might get a few games in the first team this season. I hope he does anyway. But that's something really to be proud of in this sort of time where all we're thinking about is buying this player 30 million, 40 million, 50 million. It's good that players are coming through the system. Let's get into a few of your comments. Callum Christie says, we need to sign Bailey, Leon Bailey that is, or Dembele or Pulisic. Pulisic, how much money that would cost, right? He said, as we need extra pace in the attack and hug the touchline and good crosses. Also, tie down Ramsey. We should sign Sionku as he would be a great player for the squad to improve the back line. Does this guy know who Stan Kroenke is? Hold him out. Pulisic, Dembele. All right. Aaron says, why are we selling Lucas Perez? Of course, yesterday I said that, Perez has been offered out by Arsenal. Every time he plays, he smashes it, but apparently that's not good enough. He's been treated like shit, Arsenal, says Aaron. Ooh. Megazar says, just a reminder that before Aubameyang, Lacazette had the best start to a Premier League of any striker Arsenal had ever had, including Henry. Lukaku, on the other hand, had almost a whopping 800 more minutes than Lacazette last season in the Premier League, and only managed to score 2 more goals, in addition to him already being in the league for 7 years. Let that sink in. That we've got a great player in Lacazette. We've got a great player in Aubameyang. You put it this way, right? If this transfer window, we'd have bought Aubameyang and Lacazette, we would be running up and down, jumping up and down, saying, wow, look what we've bought. We've got great players up front, but they have to produce this season. I'm confident that they are going to. I really do think these 2 guys are going to get a lot of goals. Aubameyang was really already on fire last season. And Lacazette, even though it was an injury-hit season and for some strange reason, Wenger wasn't playing him and taking him off after time, he scored goals. And I think that these 2 are going to have a good season. Clarence Ong says, sell Bambi on ice, Welbeck instead of Lucas Perez. Right, a lot of support for Lucas Perez yesterday. And last one here, Sun Tazoo says, Jesus, Robbie, it's P-A-O-K, not P-O-A-K. Right, laugh out loud. He says, yes, of course, yesterday. It's an easy mistake to make, man. Come on. It's an easy mistake to make. But of course, yesterday I was talking about Chuba Akpom moving to P-A-O-K. Okay? Okay? All right. Listen, thanks for watching the show. We'll be back tomorrow from Dublin, all right, doing Transfer Daily. So make sure you look out for that. And if you're over there in Dublin, listen, I can't wait to meet you guys. Thanks for watching the show.